Thanks for joining us. I'm Nancy Furness, and this is We've Got Issues. We're filming on site today at Coquitlam City Centre Library, and we thank the library for giving us the space to do this. And we'd also like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded lands of Coquitlam First Nation. So we thank the Coquitlam people who continue to live on these lands and to care for the lands and the waters and all that lies above and below. So today we're joined by Josephine Sen and Maureen Boyd from Coquitlam Rotary. So thank you so much, Josephine and Maureen, for joining us today.
Delighted to be here with you. The pleasure is ours.
Can you tell us a little bit about Coquitlam Rotary, how long you've been in existence, and maybe a little bit about some of the programs?
Certainly. Rotary Club of Coquitlam has been in existence since 1967. So you can imagine over that 57 years we've done a multitude of projects. But you don't want to hear about them all, right?
Well, we do, but maybe not all at once.
So since we're talking about climate and environment, perhaps I'll just relate to you three of the projects that we've been involved in recently. And the first is we were invited by the Vanier School Gardens to help them in their bat house project. Oh. So we actually helped construct a bat house and then planted some bat-friendly vegetation. So we're hoping the house looks great. Those bats are going to be happy.
So the house is up and
Awesome. And the second project ongoing is that we've adopted two streets in Coquitlam. So we gather once a month and pick up garbage. And who knew that picking up garbage would be so much fun? It creates fellowship, and we feel like we're doing something for the...
Funny how that works. Sometimes it's the friendships that come out of those projects, even sometimes more than the projects themselves.
Yeah. So you can see us out there second Saturday of every month. And the third project is a program called Cool Hoods. And Nancy, you may want to ask what Cool Hoods is.
I do want to ask. Tell us about Cool Hoods. What is the program? How does it work?
Okay, it doesn't relate to funky sweatshirts or hoodies. It relates to...
Not cool hoodies.
No. Cool neighborhoods. And it's reducing the temperature of neighborhoods. And we can all make a difference. So we have a series of workshops. There are 3 of them in each series. And we, first of all, give people an awareness of what's happening globally with the climate change. And then we let them know that even an individual can make a huge difference.
So it's empowering.
Empowering them, and when 1 or 2 individuals make a difference, you can see the effects. And as you said, we empower them to reduce global warming through ordinary daily actions. And I'm sure most of us are already doing some of those.
Yes. I think if you could tell us what are some of the effects we're seeing in global climate change right here locally in the Tri-Cities?
For sure. Surprisingly, we actually see the effects throughout the whole year, every season of the year. Especially in the summer, we have heat waves, and our homes get unbearably warm. And in 2021, we know that it was very tragic because we lost a lot of lives.
Yes, we had the heat dome.
That's right, yes. And also, in the summer, our gardens suffer because of the heat and water restrictions. The other observation is a lot of mature trees, actually like cedars, they die from summer drought and some of the extreme winters we've been experiencing the last few years, right? So, and in the spring, even as I observed this year, the abrupt weather changes from cool to warm and back to warm, I'm finding that my garden is suffering. A lot of plants started to grow, and then they actually perished when the cool weather came in again. Yes, so different things.
No, you hit home there when you talk about the trees, and we can see locally losing the cedar trees. So if you see the red cedars, we know that they're in trouble. And I know this last winter with the weather getting more a little bit more instability there, we get that cold snap and lost a lot of plants there. So yeah, there's a lot of local things that are starting to pop up now. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Cool Hoods program, like how it works? I think there's three sessions. Can you tell us some more details on that?
Yeah, so there's 3 sessions in the series, and they occur once a week over 3 consecutive weeks, right? So for the first day, what we do is we start with some basic climate science just to set a foundation for everyone's knowledge. And then the same day, we do a neighborhood walk. So we go around and identify some of the causes of, what are the causes of warmer neighborhoods, and the impacts as well. And at the same time, we talked about possible solutions like, installing heat pumps or growing more trees to cool our homes and neighborhoods down. So that's the first day. And the second day, we work on an exercise where we actually go into more depth and look at the actual causes of climate change in a local neighborhood, and what the impacts are. And on the third day, what we do is we look at the solutions to some of these causes and impacts of warmer weather. One thing we found is that a lot of the participants come with lots of ideas on climate action projects they would like to be involved in. So we give them lots of opportunities to discuss and brainstorm with their peers.
That's a wonderful sort of environment to share ideas and maybe to get inspired by some of the things that you hear and to learn information from the workshop as well.
Absolutely, yeah, because we do encourage them to team up on any kind of common interest and work on, some of the projects they're interested in. One really interesting thing we have is we, at the end of every workshop, we also have guest speakers. So the first workshop, we have somebody from the city of Coquitlam update us on their climate action plan. The second day, we have an electrical engineer come by to talk about the opportunities and challenges of using technological solutions to help with climate change. And the last day, we're delighted to have you, Nancy, as our speaker to talk about the conflict between our current housing crisis and the need to manage our urban forests.
Something that's near and dear to my heart, and I think with unprecedented development, we're going to really struggle to hang on to those trees, and we all know how important it is to have a healthy urban forest. I think you've mentioned a few points already, so yeah, look forward to that. Can you give us some examples of things that might be done at a neighborhood level? Like, what are some of the things, you said that, people are going to take home ideas to do and exchange ideas. What are some of the things that they could do in their own neighborhoods to, start to mitigate or adapt maybe to climate change?
You both mentioned trees, especially there's a south and west facing. Yeah, just to be aware of that. There's a great little activity in our program where you see how far a squirrel can jump from tree to tree.
The squirrel test.
The squirrel test to see the state of the canopy. You can also grow food gardens, and this is a great activity for bringing neighbors together and
get the kids involved.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, to see who can come up with the biggest
too.
carrot. Yeah, that's right. Save money and also that leads to sharing tools and resources in the neighborhood. You just need one activity to get people together.
Interesting idea.
Yeah, and also looking at your roof. Now, I realize, and I'm guilty of this, until I took the course, I didn't realize a black roof was not a good thing to have.
Who thought about those things before, Now that's the importance of this type of workshop, to share that kind of information.
That's right. And other things, just to look around your own house, and we just got rid of some English ivy that was invasive, and I thought twice about when I went shopping for a purse. I said, no leather. So I've become more aware of it, learning about global warming.
So you're making changes in your own life. Yeah. No, can you tell us a little bit more about some of the skills that people will take away from this when they leave the course?
Yes. So first, identify what global warming is, and we present quite a comprehensive,
to get a good understanding
education of it. So that's number one: identify, and then suggest solutions. So, and that's where the brainstorming comes in. The wisdom is in the room, right?
There's a lot of knowledge out there if we start putting our heads together.
Yeah, and then also we leave them with resources and assets. We share what assets are in the neighborhood that people can make use of.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful opportunity for people to get involved and to become empowered and to make some of those changes that we need to do at an individual level. And like you say, every person that makes those changes is one more person that, can add to that cumulative effect. And I think you have a workshop coming up soon. Can you tell us some details about that?
Yes, our first workshop, the next set of workshops, the first one starts next Thursday, May 16, which is a Thursday, and then the following Thursday, the 23rd, and then the 30th. And we can register by going to our website. It's called tricitiescoolhoods.com.
Awesome. So, and this is open to the public. There's no charge.
That's right. It's all free, and we actually provide food as well during the workshop.
Don't get your hopes up. It's simple.
Yeah. No, I've been to the workshop. It's actually really good. So that's just one more thing to entice people to come. So thank you both so much for coming in and sharing that. And can you tell us where the workshop is going to take place?
Oh, yes. It's actually going to be at the PSLC, the Juarez Sports and Leisure Center in Central Coquitlam.
Oh.
Yes.
Perfect. And people can go to your website to register or to ask more questions.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you so much again for sharing that with us.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us to be here.
Okay, so thank you. We've been talking to Josephine Sen and Maureen Boyd about the Rotary's Cool Hoods program coming up soon. Thank you.